The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News
This
Now.
poor guy across the street is kind of stuck in there. He's got live wires in his front yard.
Now at 9 on DC News Now, cleaning up the damage. We are live with those efforts and the thousands of people still without power tonight.
And good evening, everyone. I know you're picking up the pieces still, but we do have a very quiet weather pattern that's going to allow you to do that. Not seeing storms until late week. I have your extended forecast coming up.
Also helping you stretch your dollar tonight, making sure you get what you're owed from your insurance company and making sure you're properly covered for future storms.
And helping some car owners feel a little safer tonight, the free software upgrade for Hyundai drivers and how many are feeling about it. Good Monday evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Flanagan. Tonight, the cleanup continues for families all across the DMV after powerful storms moved through the area Saturday night. Down trees, ripping up power lines, and damaging cars and homes. Our Mariel Carbone live tonight in Northwest DC in one hard-hit neighborhood.
And Mariel, the damage still really widespread there.
And sights like this, not uncommon across Northwest DC neighborhoods. This tree here on Klingle, the storm and wind just uprooted it, and it's pretty massive. You can see at least about 10 feet tall here of the roots, and the wind so strong, those roots were able to actually rip all of this concrete up off the ground. Neighbors we spoke to today say it's all still a bit shocking to see this. Days after a powerful storm blew through the DMV, families are still cleaning up.
It's really hot. Me and my brother have been raking the back lawn, and then you just come inside hoping for AC, and you get none of it.
The Curvy family lives in Wesley Heights.
Still is kind of hard to believe, actually.
They're still without power, but their property was spared from the worst of it. Their neighbors weren't as lucky. This massive tree uprooting, landing across their front lawn.
Just makes you a little nervous and appreciate just how huge and heavy and powerful these things are.
A lot of wind and a lot of rain hit the ground very fast.
DC officials say crews will work around the clock, clearing roads, cleaning debris, and rebuilding the power lines.
It's crazy when you look at the trees that have been knocked down. These are pretty massive trees that have been here, for 200 years.
Ryan Robinson only just moved to Palisades in May.
So it's kind of our welcome to the neighborhood.
He says it's been a bit shocking to see the damage. And though he's able to get to and from his home okay,
we're really lucky to be on the edge of it.
He says getting a straight answer on who's in charge of cleaning up this mess has been a challenge.
It's kind of like the Spider-Man meme where everyone's pointing at each other. Yeah. No one really knows how to get it cleared up right now.
And a few families I spoke to that are without power say they'll be staying in hotels tonight while they wait for crews to get the power back on. But for those staying in their homes, they say that they're at least thankful that it's not as hot as it was last week. Reporting live in Northwest DC tonight, I'm Mariel Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, a heads up for Virginia drivers. The National Park Service says road closures along the northern section of the George Washington Parkway still expected to continue for a couple of days. The closures are, of course, because of the damage from the storm. The North Parkway from Spout Run to I-495 still closed, except for a few lanes near Route 123. Southbound lanes of Spout Run Parkway are also closed.
And many people across the DMV right now still without power. A live look at the Dominion Energy outage map. The company is reporting a little less than 100 customers in Northern Virginia still have no power tonight, but more than 1,000 do not across the state. And in the district in Maryland, Pepco reporting more than 2,400 customers are without power right now. All right, so for the check on the forecast, see what it's going to be like overnight. And tomorrow, here's Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb.
Yeah, Janessa, plenty of sun, though, for those cleanup crews.
Yeah, plenty of sunshine, finally refreshing air. You can give the AC a break, and so that's really positive news. We are trying to classify what really took place on Saturday. It was a major squall line. But let's show you, I am classifying this as a downburst. The National Weather Service is not going to go out and survey the damage. This was not a tornado warning. I know you had sustained winds, constant consistent wind speed of 80 miles per hour in many spots for over 15 to 30 minutes. And so definitely a dramatic situation. You had all that hot and humid air in place, and kind of in the middle of that storm, you had some cooler air, and that allowed for the straight line wind damage to produce a good trail of destruction across areas of Montgomery County to the district. And we haven't forgot about you if you're in Charles County as well. Man, that severe weather lasting for a couple of hours. So I think we had multiple downbursts with this situation, because these local storm reports, they're showing you all the damage, the wind damage primarily. Didn't see any hail associated with this situation, but we're talking about hurricane force. As we said, we have a good amount of people still without power across the district, hoping for that power to get restored fairly quickly. Partly cloudy skies for the rest of the evening. Let's talk more sunshine coming up.
Vanessa, thank you. And hundreds of people showed up to RFK Stadium to get an anti-theft software installed to their cars. Now, this comes after thousands of cars have been broken into and stolen across the DMV using just a USB cord. Our reporter Yamari Sase covers Prince George's County. She spoke to customers there today about how they feel and how secure they feel with this new software.
Well, if you missed today, it's not too late. You can head over to any Hyundai dealership and get that free anti-theft software upgrade. And what they actually do is insert this scanning tool into your vehicle. It's actually one right here in this vehicle right now. And what it does is update that vehicle and prevent your car from being stolen using a USB. Now, I was able to speak to several victims today, and they tell me that they feel a lot safer.
June the 3rd, I got up to go to work, and then when I went outside, my car was gone. And I was like, oh my God.
Willie Price is one of hundreds of victims across the DMV that had their car stolen using the viral USB car theft method.
They had tinted the windows, they had blacked all the writing out and put Michigan tags on it and everything. I found 2 gun boxes in the back. They just did a lot.
When she learned about Hyundai's anti-theft software event at RFK Stadium, she said she refuses to let anyone take what she worked hard for again.
I've had to pay a deductible. I had to buy new tags, get the inside clean. You know, so it's sad, but I love my car because it's mine. I paid for it.
And Hyundai found a solution to put their customers at ease. A scanning tool is placed in each car to install the anti-theft software, which prevents most 2011 to 2022 Hyundais from being stolen using a USB. Here at RFK Stadium, they've installed more than 1,000 over the last few days.
I'm glad. I'm glad I came.
Olivia Barrett's car was broken into in front of her D.C. home last week. With the new upgrade, she says she now feels a sense of relief.
I'm glad that the company's doing something about it. I guess I feel a little bit safer.
If you do get that update at any dealership, you can receive a free steering wheel lock. For more information, you can visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. For now, reporting in D.C., I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
And also right now, Fairfax County Police is preparing for its 4th and final wave of its Road Shark program. A campaign is designed to crack down on aggressive driving by setting up in places where it happens often. More than 14,000 citations and warnings have been issued through the first 3 waves. It lasts through Sunday. Also right now, about 50 members of the West Virginia National Guard are on their way to Texas. Governor Jim Justice assigned the service members to aid with Operation Lone Star along the Mexico border. They will assist Texas State Police and Border Patrol with the goal of improving border security. Operation Lone Star was implemented by Texas's Governor Greg Abbott to prevent human trafficking, smuggling, and immigration without documentation into the United States. That means if they find men and women crossing the border without legal documentation, those people will be sent to Mexico and may face legal consequences.
So mainly our main focus is to support Texas. So there will always be a Texas National Guard soldier with us, and they've been on this mission for 3+ years. So we're there to give them a little bit of relief, so that way they're not having 2 of their guys on the mission. So we're honestly just going to be learning and helping them with anything they need help with.
Some people say the illegal border crossings are partially responsible for fueling the drug problems in areas of West Virginia.
All of their states are affected, like it or not like it. West Virginia is affected every day by what's going on at the southern border. And we know it's chaos, and there's people coming, and there's bad people, there's bad guys, bad women. There's all kinds of situations that are happening that we don't condone in this country.
Texas's governor sent a letter to governors all across the U.S. back in May asking for support. 50 members of the West Virginia National Guard are expected to be in Texas for 30 days.
And happening tomorrow, it's National Night Out. The nationwide event happens on the first Tuesday of August every year, and it's meant to enhance relationships between communities and law enforcement. So in D.C., the police department is celebrating with its local and federal partners with cookouts, block parties, and games. There's also an event for each of the 7 police districts. You can find out more on the D.C. Police website. And most counties and cities are hosting their own events. So in Virginia, the City of Alexandria is working with local agencies and nonprofits to hold 37 different events around the city tomorrow. In Fairfax County, there are nearly 150 neighborhoods holding events for National Night Out. In Maryland, Prince George's County and Montgomery County are working with their local partners as well for different events. Make sure you check your local government website for more information.
Well, the U.S. women's national soccer team getting ready for their 3rd match in the 2023 Women's World Cup in New Zealand. The U.S. coming off a draw to the Netherlands, now looking for a victory against Portugal to advance past the group stage of the World Cup. A loss puts the Americans in jeopardy of being eliminated. So that match starts in just a few hours, actually 3 a.m. our time. We'll bring you the score and highlights, of course, tomorrow on DC News Now. Go USA.